The Xueyantuo, Se-yanto, Se-yanto, or Syr-Tardush were an ancient Tiele Turkic people and Turkic khanate in central/northern Asia who were at one point vassals of the Gokturks, later aligning with China's Tang dynasty against the Eastern Gokturks. Xueyantuo started from Selenga River/Xueyanhe River, so tribe name is Seyanto/Xueyantuo. Chinese Han character undergo considerable revision by rise and fall of Chinese dynasty, so have many name as Xueyantuo, Xueyanhe, Xinlianhe, Xianto, Selenga, Selyanha, etc. Initially the Xue and the Yantuo were two separate tribes. The Xue appeared earlier as Xinli but were not referred to again until the 7th century. After Yishibo, the Xueyantuo founded a short-lived Qaghanate over the steppe under Zhenzhu Khan, his son Duomi Khan and nephew Yitewushi Khan, the last of which eventually surrendered to the Chinese. On March 27, 630, the Xueyantuo allied with the Chinese to defeat the Eastern Qaghanate in the Yin Mountains. Ilig Qaghan escaped, but was handed over to the Chinese by his subordinate Qaghan on May 2. After Eastern Gokturk Ilig Qaghan Duobi was defeated by Tang in 630, the Xueyantuo effectively took over control of the Eastern Gokturks' former territory, at times submissive to Tang and at times warring with Tang and the subsequent Khan of the Eastern Gokturks that Tang supported, the Duomi Khan Simo. In 632 they repulsed an army of Yabgu Qaghan from the western Qaghanate, then subjugated the Karluk at the Ulungur and Irtish River, and the Yenisei Kyrgyz tribes. In 634 one of their rivals, Duomi Qaghan, Shire, son of Kologo Khan, who ruled much of the eastern half of the western Qaghanate, was eliminated before escaping to China. After that they maintained a friendly relationship with the Chinese until 639, when a raid on the Chinese capital was planned by the Gokturks under Yishibo, who had been disparaged by the Chinese emperor. He allied with his nephew Xinli, choosing him as the leader of the raid on May 19. They were unsuccessful and over 40 rebels died. Xinli was spared and expelled to the far south. After this incident, an arraignment was made on August 13. A deportation of all Gokturks north of Ordos was carried out, in an attempt to restore the puppet Eastern Qaghanate as a barrier against the Xueyantuo, to disperse their attention over the territorial competition in the west. Among the Gokturk nobles, Simo was selected as the Qaghan, Duomi Khan, with his capital at the border. The plot failed, as he was unable to gather his people, many of his tribesmen having escaped to the south by 644 after a series of unsuccessful incursions by the Xueyantuo supported by the Chinese. Those defeats by the advancing Chinese had made their tribal allies lose confidence in them. The crisis deepened the next year when a coup d'état took place within the clan. On August 1, 646, they were defeated by the Uyghur, Huihu, and the Chinese. The Xueyantuo's Duomi Khan, Bazwo, was killed by the Uyghur. A Tang army led by the general Li Daozong, the prince of Jiangxia, crushed the Xueyantuo forces. The last Xueyantuo Khan, the Yitewushi Khan Duomazai, surrendered. For a disputed relationship with the later Shato Turks, see Shato. Their remnants were destroyed 2 years later, on September 15. Khans of Xueyantuo. Yishibo, the Yidi Khan, 628. Yunnan, the Zhenzhu Khan, or, in short, Zhenzhu Khan, 628 to 645. Bazwo, the Jialahulashig Duomi Khan, or, in short, Duomi Khan, 645 to 646. Duomazai, the Yitewushi Khan, 646. Surname of Khans. The surname of Xueyantuo's Khans is uncertain, although modern Chinese historian Bo Yang listed their surname as Yishi in his edition, also known as the Bo Yang edition, of the Zizi Tongjian, but Bo cited no source for his use of Yishi as a surname. It is possible that Bo was influenced by the Tongdian which asserted the Xueyantuo surname as Yulatu, Yuliduo as in Sefu Yuangi and Ulidi as in New Book of Tang, or certain studies that was made. According to Sen Zhonmian, the aforementioned name are related to the variant of Eltaris. Duanli Khan asserted that the name Yishibo, Yiti Khan, can also be read interchangeable as Yeti. The Zizi Tongjian, in the original, referred to one ethnic Xueyantuo general named Duomo, possibly the Yitewushi Khan, after he became a Tang general, by the family name of Xue, although the Tang Huiyao indicated that it was not the same person, as it indicated that the Yitewushi Khan died during Emperor Taizong's reign. The Tang Huiyao also asserted that the rulers of Xueyantuo claimed to be originally named Xue, and that the name of the tribe was changed to Xueyantuo after the Xue defeated and merged the Yantuo into their tribe. During the late Tang dynasty, a group of Xueyantuo remnants known as Shachuo began to play a very important role in Chinese politics. Leaders of the following Jin kingdom, the later Tang, the later Jin, the later Han and the northern Han state during the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms were largely ethnic Shachuo.